This one's pretty unique today because it's a fragrance that I wouldn't normally recommend, but this is a different version of it that might perhaps be discontinued. Strap up, grab your favorite bev. We are going on that ride. Scent, 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 boom! Scent, 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 boom! Scent, 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 boom! All right. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the evening. Today from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, we have Light Blue Forever, which is said to perhaps be discontinued. My Decant here says it's rumored to be discontinued. And quite frankly, on Fragrantica, I don't see it available. So maybe it is. Briefly here, I'm not the biggest fan of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. It's a good scent, but it's not great. It's not amazing. It's just a dumb reach, standard citrus fragrance that I think even fragrances like Nautica Voyage can compete with. And for that reason, I just don't like the light blue price where it sits. That fragrance should be in discounters for 20 bucks. It's in discounters, but you're still going to pay like 35, 40 bucks for it. And you're going to get a small amount of juice at that. So I just don't quite understand it. You're paying for the name, not the fragrance. I always tell people if you love Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, get Light Blue Intense or O Intense, whichever one's the intense one, so you can maintain the performance with that fragrance because it is so freaking light. It's not even funny. But I don't have much experience with Light Blue Forever. I didn't even know it existed. This is a for men's fragrance. When did it come out? 2021. And it's supposed to be a woody aquatic. Well, let's get some initial impressions. I've never smelled this, never heard of it. Loaded up the test strip just because of what I know about Light Blue being a weaker fragrance. I'm assuming this one probably has some performance struggle as well, though I don't know yet. Oh, wow. Okay, this is I hate using the word ozonic, guys, because it doesn't tell you much unless you're a trained nose, but it's got this tart, slightly juicy, mostly winey citrus front. Feels grapefruity, maybe bergamot or like citron, but I think it's more probably bergamot or grapefruit. But it's like there's this really like projective, winey tartness to it. It doesn't feel like the juicy flesh of the grapefruit or the citrus, but it's close. It's like the rind right next to the juice. You know, it's like you cut open that fruit, threw it at the wall, and the juices are kind of just popping out, but you're not face first in them, but you're really close. Really delightful kind of citrus opening. But then it's got this like ozonicness to it. Like, I hate saying new car smell because that isn't quite it either. I don't know. I was trying to think of some weird thing. I was going to say like an astronaut suit or just something like that would have kind of this just weird, it's not even metallic. It's again, ozonic. So take with it what you want. It's citrus, it's ozonic, but then it's woody. Under that is sitting just this very light cedar type of wood, like, but it has a light airiness to it. This fragrance is leaning heavy on the citrus. It's citrus dominant by about 65, 70%, then maybe like 20% ozonic, 10% woody. Interesting though, very interesting, very delightful. It's an interesting nuance to the light blue DNA because this citrus feels more distinctly unique. It doesn't taste like, it doesn't smell like a generic citrus. Let's go ahead and open up the window here. The bottle looks pretty cool. What do we got here? Grapefruit, nice. Oh, and bergamot. Grapefruit, bergamot on the top, ozonic and violet leaf in the mid. I don't get much violet leaf to speak of. And in the base, Java vetiver oil, nice. White musk and patchouli. Okay, so they call it a woody fragrance, but the vetiver is basically like the root, but it can have a woody facet to it. So this is vetiver as a base mainly. Grapefruit vetiver fragrance. Again, 70% grapefruit, like 20% this ozonicness, and then 10% kind of this vetiver base. But the vetiver muskiness is there in the background, in a way that feels a little bit more than 10% because it does have a distinct poke in its head outness to it. But this is mostly a grapefruit ozonic fragrance. Very cool. I think it's better than Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Hopefully, let's check the performance real quick. See what people are saying about the performance. Are people saying anything about the performance? Okay, so moderately long lasting. So cool. Man, it sucks you seemingly can't get your hands on something like this. That's unfortunate. This is definitely more interesting. There's a classiness to it. There's a luxuriousness to it. You know, upscale casual at best, but gentlemanly in its citrus accord. And I think that's largely due to the vetiver. And the ozonic, because the ozonic is not traditionally kind of like, I think ozonics kind of have a masculineness to them. Really cool smell. I mean, it's definitely one of the cooler grapefruit accords that I've smelled because it's so unique. It's like juicy and briny and super tart at the same time. But then you just have like this class with this vetiver oil, not just vetiver, but a vetiver oil concentrate and ozonics. So in that regard, it's really cool. I'm gonna be honest, it smells exactly how the bottle looks. So, ow, I just rolled my ankle like a week ago and it is still hurting. Sucks this fragrance is continued because I'd love to have it. I've always hated Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue because I felt like it's like Versace Pour Homme and all these other fragrances that still somehow can charge you like 40, 50 bucks for like 70 ml or something like that. And they're just like so generic. But this one I would actually wear as like a dumb reach, everyday upscale casual wear that still kind of has some uniqueness to it. Again, when you're wearing freshies, you do want a little bit of uniqueness. You don't, it's not like an imagination or something where you'd wear that as an upscale casual, but it still smells expensive, like and super luxurious. I think with your citrus-based fragrances, as far as your freshies with charm, you just want a little bit of charm. You're not trying to go overkill and smell like, you know, you want to smell like you have some money, you have a good taste in fragrances, but you're not trying to like be overkill. You know, it's like, why would I try to have a $500 smell on a $20 outfit, if that makes sense? That's just my personal preference, but I know plenty of people who will rock some jeans and a collared tee or a regular t-shirt or white tee it up with some imagination on, and that's cool too. But I'm just saying, for me, citrus-based fragrances, freshie with charm-based fragrances and stuff like that, I want them to smell slightly expensive, but fairly linear and simple with just the tiniest bit of uniqueness. I'm not trying to be overbearing. I'm trying to be a smooth criminal, and this has that facet to it. If this fragrance was available, I'd say this is easily blind buy worthy, especially if you like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Versace Pour Homme, Nautica Voyage, any of that stuff. This is a significant step up. So yeah. But Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense is really nice too. This is giving me a little bit of L'Immensité vibes. More grapefruity than kind of this citron-y kind of feel like L'Immensité has. But it's giving me the same type of vibe. Just the grapefruit accord is like what's super unique to this fragrance. But any season, any reason, dumb reach, blind grab, upscale casual, occasions, anything upscale casual, outdoors, wafting, you know, it's a good fragrance. I would think it was a 10 plus spray fragrance. I might even do like 12 to 15 sprays, no question, because you're not going to get any more projection and sillage from it by doing so, but you're going to add to the longevity. Classy fragrance. Love me some vetiver in the base. Vetiver in the base puts a smile on my face, complicates a fragrance. It's really nice. I give this fragrance an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. You guys might say, well, if you love this fragrance so much, why don't you give it like a 9? Well, it's not the most signature fragrance. It has signature qualities in terms of the arena it dances in, but it's fairly linear. The performance isn't incredible. There's not a lot of multifacetedness to it. So for that, I dock a couple of points, but it's above average. It's a stellar utility fragrance for your everyday wear. And it still has a little bit of uniqueness in its category. You know, you're going to smell better than everybody with Dylan Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Versace Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Nautica Voyage, all that stuff, right? You're going to smell a step more upscale. So anyways, good fragrance for men. Yeah, let me know if you guys have tried this fragrance and if you know whether or not it's discontinued. Again, Fragrantica is not showing any outlets that carry it, so it may be discontinued. I'm going to ask Kix where he got his to see if I can cop that, because that's a really nice utility fragrance. Really like that. Yeah, this is the Scent Bubble, guys. We drop videos every single day. Content galore, collabs galore, game show galore, creativity galore. I got a passion for this stuff. I'm just documenting my journey. You guys just get to see it and hear about it to enhance your own journey. So with that being said, let me know if you've tried this fragrance, if you know where it might be available, or if you have any questions about it. I do talk back. And this was Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Forever Pour Homme, which just means for men. And this is the Scent Bubble, man. Be blessed. Till next time. Peace.